So as many of you may know, I have poo-pooed on the Oasis Class Ships doing weekend cruises. I am a small ship person, or I thought I was a small ship person, and I wanted to come on here and just go, you know what? As much as I hate to admit it, the Oasis Class Ships, they're growing on me. Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And the way that it's working right now, Royal Caribbean has mostly Oasis Class ships. I think it's all Oasis Class ships right now. You've got the Allure of the Seas and Utopia of the Seas doing the weekend sailings. And so guess what I'm having to do with Royal Caribbean? Oasis Class ships for weekends. Now, when these came out, I made a video, check it out here, on some of the items that, I wasn't sure if Royal Caribbean was considering when they were putting such large ships on the weekends. And I would say for me personally, I was not looking forward to this experience of coming on a massive ship with so many people, so many new cruisers figuring it out and enjoying myself. And I wanted to, first of all, say that the tide is changing. I am learning how to come into my own a little bit with Oasis Class ships and find what I like to do. And I wanted to walk you all through my go-to things that are, really making me enjoy Oasis Class ships. And quite frankly, going back to a smaller ship will be difficult. But before I do that, I'm trying out a new color on camera today, so let me know what you think of the Weekend Cruiser in yellow. You all know that it's normally all shades of blue, but we're trying something different today, so let me know in the comments what you think. The first thing that I am really enjoying about the Oasis Class ships is, number one, the rooms that they have. So, in this case, I'm on Allure of the Seas, and I was able to use my 1400 certificate to get me into the Crown Loft Suite that you see behind me, and this room is my absolute favorite on the entire fleet. Probably any room that I've ever seen, this is my go-to. Like, I could live in this room. If there was one like this in Miami facing the cruise ships, be there in a heartbeat. But more importantly, it's got Central Park balconies and it's got boardwalk balconies. And the reason that I like that it has these, the smaller ships do not, is that I can apply my balcony discount. So in the Crown and Anchor program, the loyalty program for Royal Caribbean, when you have so many points, they will give you a slight discount on the balconies, a balcony cabin. And they do consider, for purposes of the discount, the Central Park balcony as well as the boardwalk balcony as a balcony and receives the discount. So I find myself staying in more balcony cabins because it is cheaper than it is to stay in an interior ocean view cabin. So I'm getting nicer rooms here just because of the pricing model and the way things are working out. I don't ever see the ocean. The ocean view balconies are still outside of my range, but it is a far cry from being in an interior cabin every weekend. And so I'm rather enjoying that. The second thing that I'm really enjoying is the talent on board this ship. So the larger ships get really solid talent. So as many of you may know, Allure of the Seas has a Broadway show on it called Mamma Mia. It is a 2.5-hour production show that is done in the Royal Theater, and the talent there is absolutely stellar. I have seen it 2 different times now. I saw it last weekend, I saw it this weekend, and I've been singing Mamma Mia the entire week because I've literally seen Mamma Mia 3 times in a week. That is, how many hours of Mamma Mia is that? I don't even want to do the math, but I've watched a ton of it because it is just so good. One of the things that I'm learning, though, is I don't have to see it all in one go. There's an intermission here. So a pro tip, I think, especially if you're doing the weekend, the short cruise, go see half of it on one night, and then go see the other half of it the next night. Break it up. You don't have to do it all at one time if you don't want to. If you want to sit through 2.5 hours, you can do that. If at the intermission you want to head out and just come back the next day and see it, you can do that as well. And so I'm learning how to be more flexible in my schedule so that I can do what I want to do on the ship and still have a good time. The next thing that I really like about Oasis Class ships is that it has Central Park. This is my go-to area for wanting to sit outside. So when I am on smaller ships, I get my coffee in the morning and I often will sit outside of Cafe Promenade, play on my phone, but I oftentimes will go outside to deck 4. So if I want to read a book, if I want to play on my phone, do something outside, I would go to deck 4, which is the walking track on these smaller ships outside. And there's not much there other than chairs and a beautiful view of the water or the port that you happen to be in. Here on board Oasis Class ships, though, you have Central Park. And I mean, it is just, it's a park on a cruise ship. It is a crazy concept. It's absolutely beautiful. You get the benefit of open air. They have sounds of birds. They actually have some real live birds most of the time, too. There's plants and foliage everywhere. It's a really cool, calm experience. And so I'll go sit there play on my phone, read a book. It's a really, really good experience. My favorite bar is the Trellis Bar. So you'll see me hanging out there drinking my club sodas and cranberries, but that is my go-to spot. It's also got Park Cafe. And so if you want to get out of the hustle and bustle of the Windjammer, you can go there. They've got excellent salads that you can order to really enjoy. You get to go sit outside again. It's wonderful. And then in the evening, you're going to find that they also bring either the jazz band in, they'll have a musician or something. And it's more of a low-key, relaxing kind of atmosphere, which I'm really gravitating towards. The next thing that's really growing on me here, and it depends on the Oasis Class ship. These are designed different on all of the ships so far, but the suite deck on board Oasis Class ships. Here on Allure, there's nobody that goes there. So we're in Coco Cay and we are in Nassau, and the suite deck is a ghost town. It also doesn't have a hot tub or a pool or anything like that. It's kind of segregated away from everything else, and I don't mind that. And so I found myself in the late afternoon going to the suite deck around like 3, 4 o'clock. I'll take my book with me, and I can have the place to myself. And they've got the cushioned lounge chairs, which you all know I love having a thick little cushion on my lounge chair so that I can sit for longer periods of time. It is great to read, especially for sail away out of Nassau. That is my favorite spot to go. So I sit there, we pull out of Nassau, we normally turn around depending on how we came into the port. And it's just a really great time where I can get away. They've also got a bar up here, and normally not many people are up there. And so you've got very personalized service to take care of you and make sure you're having a wonderful experience. From there, you're going to have the real reason why I probably am loving Oasis. This is the one that has been a game changer so far, and I didn't think I was going to like it as much as I have. Coastal Kitchen. So because I am a Pinnacle member, I get suite privileges. I'm also staying in a suite now, so I get it for that too. But if I was staying in an interior cabin, I could still come up here to the Coastal Kitchen on deck 17 of Allure and the same on the other ships and have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it is a truly amazing experience. They have veal, they have lamb, they have duck, they have steaks. They have all sorts of amazing food that I get to order from every single time. And it is especially restaurant style experience. And so it is a smaller restaurant only for the suite guest and Pinnacle members that you get to take part in. And it's a much more calm atmosphere. It's a more elegant atmosphere. You get the same wait staff every single time, and they are some of the best in Coastal Kitchen. The one here is run extremely well on Allure of the Seas, and I am enjoying it. There may come a time where I get tired of their menu. I heard a friend of mine who cruises a lot as well talking about this last night. Then you have the main dining room. You've got so many other options here that you can pull from if I do ever get tired of that experience. But right now, I'm really enjoying Coastal Kitchen for lunch. I even come back, if I'm at Coco Cay, I'll come back to the ship, have lunch here, and then I'll go back to Coco Cay if I want, because the food is so much better than what you're going to find on the island or really anywhere else on the ship. It's also a lot easier for me to sit with people that I am seeing often or that are also frequent cruisers. It's not uncommon for me to be sitting in Coastal Kitchen or walk into Coastal Kitchen and I'll wave somebody over, like, hey, come sit with me, or take this table over here. Or I'll walk in, people see me, they're like, Brandon, come sit over here, come sit with us. And I love that experience. And so it's just really neat that a lot of my friends have made good status at this point, Pinnacle members, and we're the ones who are cruising all the time. I'm constantly running into these people, and there's some wonderful people that I get to sit with. If we were in the main dining room, they're just not as accommodating as, hey, can I go sit with these people? They can figure it out and they'll do it. But in the Coastal Kitchen, it is absolutely, Mr. Smith, let me show you to the table, and they just make it happen. It's just such an easier experience. So the key to enjoying an Oasis class ship, I am learning, is you got to find your spaces. You got to find what you like to do and where you like to go. And so for me, that's where there's less people. This is a big ship with a ton of people, and so it's a little bit difficult. Walking through the promenade after a show is let out, when they're doing a show of some kind in the actual promenade, is a nightmare to me. It is like jam-packed with people and you can't move through there. And so I've just learned I can avoid that. Or I can go to the suite deck where there's nobody. I can go to the Coastal Kitchen where there's less people. I'm going where there is less people. This ship is huge. It has so many things on it. I'm learning that I don't need that. I never really needed it. But I'm learning where I like to go to spend my time so that I can enjoy it. Now, if you're saying, Brandon, well, how do you learn these things? I'll share with you that you can watch the pro tips on how to really enjoy a weekend on Allure of the Seas or Utopia of the Seas. I've made pro tips on both of these. Or you can watch the full ship tour of one or the other and see what's on the ship, kind of lay out where you want to go and what you want to do. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.